ball game.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Shonen Hoop Show. I'm Andy, co-host, and
What's up?
And your main man Omar. So here we go. We did the point guards.
Yep.
Y'all saw that.
Yeah.
It's time for the shooting guards.
Yeah. This is gonna suck ass.
I agree. Ground rules. We showed our no. There will be no honorable mentions.
Yep.
Just for like you keep your 10. And we move on. Just so it keeps a little bit more of like variety, and you guys can tell us what you guys think of your own list, and that also help us not know who's like in that same round towards the bottom.
And we'll give a disclaimer right now that we might have some players that are on the same team, but
I don't know what the Toronto Raptors are doing. I don't know what lineup they're gonna put out. I don't know who's gonna play what positions. There's 2 Raptors on this list on the shooting guard.
For my defense is I looked it up and it said shooting guard in their position. So that's where I'm at. So starting off, I have at my 10 one of the I'm not even gonna spoil it. So at my 10 as a shooting guard, I have Bradley Beal. Don't ask me why, but he's the thing is, right, Bradley Beal, he did as much as he could with what he got in freaking Phoenix, and him with Devin Booker, it doesn't seem like it's working. And now it kind of looks like at this point that the Phoenix have now shot themselves in the foot, paying this guy, like accepting this guy's contract and just wasting away at this point. But I do think he's better than a lot of other shooting guards, because you have to get I know the last time we did point guards, I kind of brought up about their past and stuff, but I kind of want to talk strictly about Bradley Beal's a shooter. He affects their team really well when it's in the sense of he's the leader instead of when he plays with Devin Booker. That's crazy. But I'm not leader, but in the sense of like if he's the focal point, he's gonna do great.
Fair,
but if you put him together with Devin Booker, things start getting discombobulated.
Listen, it's not the fact that Bradley Beal is with Devin Booker, and this is why the firing of Frank Vogel was idiotic, and the Phoenix Suns the franchise are idiotic in how they built this team. Is all Frank Vogel did was ask for a damn point guard, and they didn't do it this year. Bradley Beal, they're either gonna double down, play him at point guard, or Tyus Jones is gonna start. Their defense is still going to be horrendous. Yep. They're going to win a couple games they shouldn't win based off talent alone. You still have Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
They might make the playoffs, might be in the play-in, and that'll be it.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal, I had Bradley Beal on the point guard tier. He didn't make my list.
Yeah.
That'll be it. He wouldn't. If he would have been under a shooting guard, maybe he would have made my list. Probably, but he's not on my list.
Okay, all right, okay. That's my defense on. He's one of the ones where I looked it up and it said shooting guard, so I was like, all right, well.
That means Booker's on your list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. My number 10 is Malik Monk. Someone that's able to start, come off the bench, change the game. He is what you would want as a flamethrower. When he catches fire, he is unstoppable offensively. He's not great defensively, but that's not his role. That's why he's a 6-man in Sacramento.
Yeah, okay.
And Malik Monk got paid for that reason over this offseason. Elite shooter, can create his own shot. He's not going to play make, but can create his own shot off the dribble. He is what you want as a 6-man, and he's so elite. He was arguably 6-man of the year for other people.
Yeah.
That's why he's number 10 on my list.
I completely forgot about him, but yeah, I agree with you. Because you know what? I think you all know why. Again, I don't know. I might be confusing, but then he got injured during the season, correct?
That was
it not him?
Might have been.
I think he did get injured during the season, because I know that's why Sacramento lost so hard.
Wins losses didn't really change. The Western Conference just got better. It was only 2 game difference. Yeah. Sacramento has their own issues.
Well, yeah, but I meant more in the sense of I don't think he played in the play-ins.
That might be right.
Yeah, that's the only reason why it slipped my mind, because I forgot. Like he got injured, and I know he stopped playing for a bit, and I don't think he finished the season. I'm pretty sure he stayed like injured.
Okay. So my 9 and 8, I'm gonna do 9 and 8 together because they're both on the Raptors. Quickly and RJ Barrett.
Okay.
They were both really good to finish the year for Toronto.
Okay.
I quickly might end up being the point guard for the Toronto Raptors. RJ Barrett might be the shooting or the small forward. Who really knows what they do with building around Scottie Barnes? Scottie Barnes ends up being the point guard. Who knows what the Raptors are gonna do?
Okay.
But these two guys both deserve the love. Both traded from New York, both to end the year took the games to the next level, I believe, somewhat. I think they should be very effective in what the Raptors are trying to build. Are they going to be that, like, number 1, number 2 option? Probably not. I don't even think Scottie Barnes might end up being that. But these are really nice pieces to build on, trade assets, whatever the Raptors want to do, growing as a team. RJ Barrett, over 20 points a game, efficient. Emmanuel quickly be able to steady an offense. He's grown as a point guard with the Raptors. Close to my 98.
You know what? Okay, that's acceptable. I'm okay. Neither of them are on the list. Yeah.
So who was your 9? Who was your 8?
So my 9 and 8 can also be interchangeable, but not because they're on the same team at all. I just think they both kind of bring the same thing. So I had as my 9 is CJ McCollum.
CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
Was a point guard last year.
He was.
For a while.
Okay, well.
But even going to this year, he's going to be the shooting guard, so that's fine because Dejounte Murray's starting over there.
Yeah.
But CJ McCollum was not on my list.
Yep. Okay, so I mean, I don't know. It's like the thing is, I will say shooting guards are my weakest people that I look at. If it's from like the lower tiers, like the after 5, I'm just kind of like, hey man, I recognize his name, but I do think that CJ McCollum plays a more important role because he actually is what I said earlier, which he's the vet that kind of like helps lead a charge with a Zion, with a Brandon Ingram, which whatever is gonna happen with him, and now they're bringing Dejounte Murray. So, and as you said, he's probably gonna be moving to the point guard position just because he has so many now different options. But I think for what he was a good shooter, and I feel like when you can shoot the 3 ball or when you can pass it out and stuff like that, it's hard to not put you in a top 10.
I'm mad at CJ McCollum. I should have put him on my list over move quickly to the point guard. You're absolutely right. If I was able to change it back, I'd probably put CJ around this year and move quickly off the list because he's going to be the point guard most likelihood for the Raptors. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I truly hope because CJ McCollum is able to play both on and off the ball. Yeah. He played with Lillard for his whole career, and he was able to build that catch and shoot ability, attack off the pass, and create secondary plays for his teammates. Again, I think he's going to be a good fit next to Dejounte Murray, who's more defensive-minded at the point guard spot. I hope they move Brandon Ingram if there is a trade situation for a center and allow whether it be Trey Murphy III to enter that starting unit. But I'm not mad at CJ McCollum at this point at all.
So so this one... This one is my personal preference. I put Mikal Bridges as a shooting guard.
Bridges is this low?
I did put him this low because I feel like everybody on top of him, I feel like has had a more astounding game. Because as we said before, we was trying to go off of the season before.
Bridges is higher on my list.
That's okay. That's fair. But when Bridges is when we get to your part, we'll let you speak. My issue with Bridges is that he is very lackluster in the sense of, yes, he'll play every single game, but damn near sometimes it's just like he wasn't there. And so the only reason why I know this is because I had him as my first pick in a fantasy draft. And cool, you're playing every game, but sometimes you're only gonna have 10 points or you're only gonna have 15. And if you're gonna be okay, but if he's gonna be clearly he couldn't be the number 1 option.
That's fine, but look who else he was playing with. Look at that Brooklyn Nets roster.
Okay.
Who you play with matters.
Okay, I understand that, but if we're also talking top 10, yeah, can you really like top 10 means that you can take charge and that you can take over in your team and be like, okay, give it to me and I'll shoot. Not give it to me, I'll shoot damn near 20 shots and then miss half of it. That was his problem. His problem was that no, but the problem is that he would never do it. He wouldn't shoot the ball. That's the problem here. If you're a shooting guard, you're not shooting the ball, or if you're shooting it and missing, and we're losing games over and over and over. Yes, maybe we have the janitor team with us, but come on. Like, it has to be something.
To me, Bridges is a star in his own role. He's not a number one option. That's fine. Not everyone's meant to be a number one option.
Yeah.
But Bridges in his right role, at this point in his career, compared to who he's gonna be around on my list, I feel like performance his role better, and it's gonna be very valuable to the New York Knicks.
Yeah, I'll agree. Maybe next year's, if we do it next year, he'll be way higher up, because now he will have the time to shine, where it's not like, you know, he just has to be the catch and shoot, or just be there, not really the main guy that everybody's focused on, because now he has the help.
Him as a secondary option, he's gonna be a star.
Yeah, because that's what he was in Phoenix. So that, like,
exactly.
I understand, but that's why I'm going off of last season, where we saw that he couldn't do it. He can't do it by himself, and clearly he needs to be a second or third option, and that's good. Like you said, it's not a bad thing, but it also, at least for me, means that you're not going to be a little bit higher than, I think I put him 8th. So it's not bad. I'm still saying you're the 8th best shooting guard, but I think there's still some significant people that have shown themselves to grow in a better way, where they can play well against what they're going against, you know, like their adversaries. So okay, so you want to go? I can do my 7th, because
you have at 7?
Because I said so. I said exactly what I said, and now I'm looking at how I have as my 7th, and I want to drop him down lower. And I've been trying to change this list since 5 seconds before we started this video, because I have James Harden as my 7th.
James Harden is at my 7th.
Hey. Okay, we actually got 1 for 1. Okay. So why did you first? You explain why you put him at 7th, because maybe we have the same reasons.
At this point, at his age, he's regressing offensively in terms of being an efficient scorer. Still doesn't play defense. Yes, he's still gonna get you be a 20 and 10 guy. He's still a very good playmaker. But on the role that he was asked to play last year, he wasn't able to meet those expectations. He's become a less efficient shooter, scorer. He's due to his old age and the style he plays, which is fine. But he's just not as good as these other guys are, especially in the role that he's playing.
Where is he now? Why did I forget where he's playing?
He's on the Clippers, and he got massively overpaid. 70 for over 2 is completely insane. And the way I look at it is, if you're giving me James Harden from 2016 and Kawhi Leonard now, the Clippers are going to be a very good team.
Yeah, but reality is,
we look at the Clippers right now, they're not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I'm in the same thing, where it's like, we are seeing the just age, as we've always stated, no one can be age, and now his leveling out, where it was a massive great offense, as it's going down, just makes it so much more to see the holes in his game of playing defense. Absolutely. So that's we're on the same boat there, and I also agree with everything you said. That I think 7th is okay.
And we're also seeing the lack of ability to play off the ball. Yeah. Him and Russ didn't work again. Yeah. And it's become an issue.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. All right, so
it's not.
You can go with your 6th, because I went first last.
Desmond Bain.
Ooh, I struggled putting Bain, and I did not add him. Actually, no, I don't have him on my list. Yeah, because actually, you know what?
No. Did he make the list or not?
Sorry. Okay. So I have him in a different position. That's all I'm gonna say.
A 6'4" at a small forward is crazy, but okay. All right, that's fine. For me, Desmond Bain is 6'4". I don't think he could play anything else. But still an elite shooter.
Fair.
He put up over 25 a game last year. Mm-hmm. Okay. And the Grizzlies dealt with so many injuries. I don't want to hold the team record against them.
I will.
Elite shooter. That's nasty work. Everyone was hurt. Jaren Jackson, John Morant was hurt.
He was not. He was hurt for the second half. The first half, he showed something that he shouldn't have.
John Morant missed 50 games due to his shoulder.
All right, but how long was he out before that?
Hey, he wants to play with guns. That's what
thought he was ghetto.
But why am I holding that against Desmond Bain? regardless.
Because his team was garbage, bro. I'm not gonna put some guy that couldn't make a garbage team good in the top 10. Talking that crazy out here, bro.
Right, like he's better than Harden right now at his role. But whatever. But no, Desmond Bane, elite shooter, can spread the floor, can score off the dribble as well. He's gonna be a key piece to the Memphis Grizzlies to spread the floor for John Morant, for Jaren Jackson Jr., and so on and so forth. And that's really how it goes.
Okay, we're at 6 now, right? I think.
Yes.
I got Jalen Green as my 6th.
Jalen Green did not make the list.
That's crazy. Okay, sir. Jalen Green had a phenomenal freaking year, where you're seeing this kid grow and grow more and more into his role.
Jalen Green was Michael Jordan for a month. Other than that, lackluster.
Nah, I don't know. He was better than the Memphis Grizzlies, and I'm not. I don't hold records against players.
Yes, you are, obviously. But no, listen. Okay, I'm not allowed to talk about honorable mentions, and that's what he was for me. So
don't talk about it. He wasn't. You think he's shit? Just say.
I'm not saying he's that, but
he was a top 10, so he was irrelevant to you. Is all I'm hearing. So for me, Jalen Green, for me, even if it was just that month, no, it wasn't though, because he had really good games. Maybe he just didn't have him so back to back to back.
All right, okay. I'm gonna put it this way. My issue with Jalen Green really was the inability to play, to struggle to play with Şengün is crazy. A center like that shares the ball, passes. Poor man's Jokic is what he is. Okay. And unable to play with him is kind of like mind-boggling. Like why? And Jalen Green isn't the greatest defender in the world either.
Yeah.
He's an elite scorer. That's what Jalen Green is.
But if we're gonna put James Harden at a 7, who's declining, we're gonna. In my eyes, Jalen Green's only gonna get better from here because he's.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah.
He's still very young. Mm-hmm. James Harden also has that playmaking ability right now, which Jalen Green does not.
Yeah.
But again, if Jalen Green was this good, and the Rockets were healthy, that's why they signed Fred VanVleet.
Yeah.
Dylan Brooks. Why the hell did we not make the playoffs? And it's because Jalen Green struggled for the majority of the year. Maybe at the end of next year, it's probably gonna be different. He'll be on my list. Yeah. But going into the
Okay. All right. Okay. That's fair. All right.
Was like 11.
Okay. That's perfectly fine. All right. Moving on to my 5th. 5th? Yeah. So at my 5th, I got Devin Booker. What? That boy was a disappointment. That boy don't deserve to be top 3. You can't manage to play with damn near 2 All-Stars. Come on, bro. You ain't. It's not possible for me. I can't put him any higher, bro. You have a legendary shooter, a once in a lifetime shooter in Kevin Durant. You got Bradley Beal. Yet you can't make it work. And it don't even come with me with it's not his fault. That's about coaching. Hey, dude. You got 2 other people that can help you, but you can't make it past the freaking. I can't even remember if they made the playoffs.
They did.
Okay.
They lost to the Timberwolves in the first round. But...
Yeah, come on, like Rudy Gobert. That's who we're talking. That's not here or there. Devin Booker to me was such a disappointment to see.
I hope you keep the same energy with Durant. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm good. Don't worry. I don't even think Durant's not a shooting guard, so he doesn't have to be in this list. We don't gotta talk about it right now.
Oh my lord! If Durant didn't make your list,
okay,
crazy.
But also, my problem is Devin Booker should continuously be getting better and better, but I feel like he's plateauing so hard, and I don't know if that's my personal opinion because I don't know if it's because of the players that he's being with that he has to plateau or just he has. For me, he's not doing it. I think the people who I have above him are far better and actually impacting the game to make it successful for them. And that's my thing because I think I'm not even gonna spoil, but at least everybody that's above him made it past the first round.
I'll defend Booker once I get
to
my list.
Okay.
But my 5th, 6th?
We're at 5th now. This is top 5.
This is where I have Bridges.
Okay.
Yeah, a star in his role, like I said before, defends, shoots the ball greatly. we'll see him again how good he is in his secondary role. And I talked about Bridges earlier. So
Yeah.
Okay. But,
All right.
moving on.
All right, number 4.
So
Go.
this will have Donovan Mitchell.
I'm okay with that. Am I okay with that?
Having Booker
Okay.
over Mitchell is great. I mean,
Yeah.
having
I think-
Mitchell over Booker is nasty for me. Nasty.
I already said my piece. I make it past the first round.
Okay. Donovan Mitchell. Yes. Had the Cleveland Cavaliers season last year was very weird.
Mhm.
It seemed like as if Jared Allen and Mobley couldn't play together, and Darius Garland and Mitchell couldn't play together.
Okay.
But again, Donovan Mitchell, great scorer, and with Cleveland, he showed his playmaking abilities. I have nothing bad to say about Donovan Mitchell. I
Okay.
just have the other guys ahead of him.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair.
Are him. These guys are just dumb. Donovan Mitchell can be the second best player on a championship team. There's nothing bad. Donovan Mitchell isn't the greatest defender. His size isn't the greatest, but like his game on his own is athletic, can get to the rim at will, gets to the free throw line.
Okay. All right, that's fair. You know, the more I look at this list, the more I realize, like, I feel I'm okay with this, and I'm okay with arguing each one. So I have Dejounte Murray as my 4.
Oh my lord!
Listen, when you can take over a team that should have not been yours and play as well as you did without the main guy. Okay, whatever. Okay, let's say he was putting out numbers without Trae Young. He was daggering Orlando twice, and daggered Miami. And that's personal preference. And now he's gonna go to a better team in New Orleans. You're gonna tell he's just gonna get better from there, because now you have so many assets that'll help you around. You have a Zion, you have a CJ McCollum. There's no way that he's gonna get any worse. He's just gonna keep getting better and better, and I believe it so, because he's already proven that he's the takeover type of guy, that he can give the ball to him at the last second, and he's gonna bank it in. If you feel more secure giving the ball to him nowadays for Atlanta Hawks players, fans, than giving it to Trae Young. There was a point where it was, let's keep Dejounte Murray and get rid of Trae Young. Ain't no way another player.
Only because you'll be able to get more for Trae Young, and you'll be able to build a competent team. Are you trying to say Dejounte Murray better than Trae Young? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're getting? No. Is that what you're getting at?
All I'm saying is,
you saying Dejounte Murray is better than Devin Booker is wild.
It's my personal preference. It's my list.
Nasty. That's crazy work.
It's fine.
That's dirty work.
Give Dejounte 2 stars, and let's see how far he goes. And we'll see that in New Orleans. Let's see. Makes it past the first round, he's better.
All right. First things first. Of course, Dejounte Murray did not make my list because Dejounte Murray's a point guard. That's one.
He's going to shooting guard next year.
No, he's not. CJ McCollum's going back to the shooting guard.
First of all, wait, what do you mean? Last year he was a shooting guard. If Trae Young was the point.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll go back to point guard as he was in San Antonio, and McCollum will be the shooting guard. Number 2.
3.
No. What I'm saying is my second point is he's not better than Devin Booker.
My eyes, he is.
Crazy. That's fine. That's wild. That's crazy. I can't believe you have the audacity to say he's better than Booker. I can't believe he's this high on. Even if he wasn't shooting guard, I can't believe he's this high on this.
Yeah, Devin Booker was a disappointment, bro. I thought of it. He was the first one I thought of.
But why are you home? I'll get to Devin Booker when I get to Devin Booker. Number 3. Who's your 3?
We're at 3.
Yes.
Yeah. I got Kyrie Irving.
This is where I have Kyrie. Okay.
Yeah. See. Okay. See. We can get along sometimes.
Oh man.
Okay. Well, obviously, kind of speaking for itself. Kyrie Irving. Yes, there was. I don't know how to say this. Last season was the season that I realized that I actually love to see Kyrie Irving play, because there is just so much that he can do in a game, in every aspect that he can affect it. Whether that be being the scorer, whether that be just being the guy that throws out assists. Again, we'll give it to Luka that he is a phenomenal talent. But they got as far as they did because Kyrie was able to play to what that series needed. Sometimes he needed to be the shooter. Sometimes he needed to be just the off the ball guy, moving it around. and I think that's what gives him the third place spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Kyrie last season kept all his off the court issues at bay, no problems. Kyrie was unselfish. Kyrie was willing to play off the ball, play on the ball, be a playmaker, be a scorer. The only issue he had last year was playing in Boston.
Yeah,
that was it. And that when the games were in Dallas, he played decently well. Playing Boston, he couldn't make a shot. And he also defended. Kyrie, I loved Kyrie's game last year. He got sat down and defended. And Kyrie was amazing last year.
All right, so we agree there.
Yep. Talk to me about number 2.
Okay. See, my number 2.
I don't know who else could be left other than the top 2.
Is Donovan Mitchell. Because. So we're talking about all this yada yada, binga boonga. This guy's not good with this guy. It don't matter. Give the ball to Donovan Mitchell. He'll score. He brought them to the Eastern Conference Finals.
They did not.
He brought him to the second round.
And lost in 5. Cool.
Hey, he was injured. Don't talk to me about that Boston Mickey injury thing, right? I'm not here for that. I'm going to talk about how great Donovan Mitchell is. And that's why he deserves to be a top 2. Because damn near, I mean, this is also 100% my bias going on, but
listen, you wanted Donovan Mitchell in Miami. That's why you're biased towards him. It's fine.
That's fine. This is a list. This is my list. All right, you have your own little list. You're ready for? Don't even worry. I'm ready to hear your freaking power forwards down the road when we get to that, Mister. Pablo by Curls #1, bro. Get the hell out of here. Anyway, anyway, Donovan Mitchell, come on. It's crazy not to put him as a top 2. He was out there shooting. He can. I feel like I personally didn't see too much of a struggle that everybody. I felt it more that him and Darius Garland did work pretty well together, and I don't know. I just like it, so I'm putting him as top 2. And the biggest thing for me, Omar, and I think your biggest gripe with me is that you're upset that I put Devin Booker so low, but it's just that there was so much of an expectation that I was disappointed, which is why he went lower. And Donovan Mitchell, I expected him to get freaking bodied out in the first round again, like it was 2 years ago. But he played better than he did, and he just kept showing that he wants to win.
Unfortunately, the team they played was very inexperienced, and they ended up losing to Donovan Mitchell. But anyways,
I don't even remember the team. We're doing the game 7. Anyway, what's your number 2?
Devin Booker is at my 2.
Okay. I mean, yeah, obvious.
We saw in the Olympics, he's a very strong defender when he's asked to be. He can make to a certain ability. He can shoot. He can score. He gets his free throw line, mid-range, 3-point line, whatever you need him to do. What we're not gonna do is I told you last time, everything needs to be taken with a grain of salt.
Okay.
The Phoenix Suns front office failed to build an adequate team around Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. They didn't want to get a point guard, so guess what? The offense was a mess at times. My one gripe with Frank Vogel last year was not putting Devin Booker and Durant in actions together. What the hell is Devin Booker doing standing in the corner? What the hell is Durant doing standing in the corner? When you have those 2 level of talents, play them together. Am I gonna hold that against Devin Booker like that? No. Devin Booker is that dude. He was the best player on the team that went to the NBA Finals in recent memory.
And lost.
Yes, that's fine. What the hell did Donovan Mitchell went to the finals at all? No. Okay. Anyways,
went past the first round. We're going off of last season.
Listen, the Phoenix Suns again are not going to get out of the first round because their team's not good enough.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with Durant and Brad.
Yeah, it does.
Well, the team is a failure around them. Do you have the talent, but not the talent you need that fits? You should know by now that to build a good team, it needs to fit.
I don't know, bro. I mean, I'm just saying.
When Miami has the same damn issue of not having a point guard.
Yeah, I understand, but.
And what did they get y'all? The damn 8 seed.
Yeah, and we went to the finals because the players mattered. We lost. Yeah, that's fine. We lost. Say that's the same thing as Devin Booker. But I don't know, man. Everybody was out here. Oh, we got so many good players.
I just, it's fine. It's fine.
Bro, I have the Shaquille O'Neal mindset of this.
I do think I think the points are going to be the same. I hope it's not going to be some crazy at number one.
All right, you want me to go first?
Please.
My number one is Tyler, and
Shut up. Okay, Anthony Edwards.
It's Anthony Edwards, bro. Come on. Anybody not having Anthony Edwards as number one they're delusional. Like, what is even to say about how much that we saw this guy grow? And the thing is, and I think it wasn't as exponentially as everybody believes. I think people just, how do you say it? It's like people didn't have eyes on the Timberwolves until the playoffs, and then people started seeing in the playoffs where it's like, nah, this guy's him. Like he is going to be so great if he can keep grinding at it.
Yes.
And
my only issue with I don't have anything to say about Anthony Edwards. The reason the Timberwolves lost was because as a unit, once they beat Denver, it seemed like they thought beating Denver was getting over the hill in the Western Conference, and it was like they ran out of gas.
Yeah.
As an inexperienced team, Karl Anthony Towns struggled in that round.
Yeah.
Ran out of gas. Edwards ran out of gas. He said it after they lost. He said it in the press conference that he knows now he needs to come in better shape than he came in this year to be able to stand through this grind of the playoffs.
Yeah, that's true. And honestly, that's the thing. Like the only reason why they didn't make it all the way to the finals was experience. They didn't have the experience of going deep in the playoffs. Because I don't know, I'll give it to the Timberwolves team because they do fascinating work. Seeing them play against Denver was probably one of the more exciting series of like this could have been a final because of how interesting and everything.
Coming back from a big deficit in a game 7, absolutely.
And there really is nothing that we could say. I just hope to continue seeing him being able to hit his mid ranges because I know that he in that last series it's great and it's just he just needs to keep going as he's going, and I think it's gonna get him a championship.
Absolutely. I just hope the Timberwolves don't break their team apart. I
agree with that, and it all just depends on how they come out.
That second apron's coming soon is gonna bite them. Having Towns and Gobert, might have the question of who they want to keep. Naz Reid, pay McDaniels. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah. But okay, so that was our top 10 shooting guards. It seems like Omar and me, we honestly eventually I'm gonna have a little record thing here that tells us like how many times we've matched up. But I guess our biggest difference is Devin Booker and our expectations of him. But
Dejounte Murray's crazy, but whatever.
But we're looking toward the future. We'll see how everything falls. If you guys think that we snubbed people that should have been there, or you think that I'm right in Dejounte Murray being a little bit better last year, or if you think Devin Booker should be number 1, whatever you guys want to comment, or if you think we're insane, hopefully our next video is going to be I think small forwards.
Absolutely.
So stay tuned for that, everybody. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Help us out. We're just trying to get going as our new little brand of Shonen Hoops.
Yep. Well, see you guys next time.
Peace. Peace.